I mean, to the person, it's just going to, as in the person just be clear that, true, for this house now, I get some kind of enemy. So I think that's wisdom from the Master Invader, very smart, and also it's is a way of also readjusting some persons because those that like the person who is found wanting in this category, whose name appeared more, all of a sudden it's a fake dislodgement, and when he or she comes back, the rest of those that wrote the name down are like, ah, so things like this can happen. So I feel it's somehow bringing people together because from what I'm saying, I mean, I think it's somehow bringing people together rather than creating disagreements again. It's not like I'm trying to think about it now, but all through the night I've been thinking about it. I mean, I've really been thinking like, why would I don't know if I've offended persons, but of the truth, I don't know anybody at all that I feel will vote me out of the house, but I don't know. But if I'm to pick, I think if I'm to pick at all, I would pick Gracie, maybe, because reasons being, I don't think, though I'm a person that flows with everybody, but if I come to flow with her, she's not actually this person that wants to give me an attention or vibe. So maybe she doesn't like me. I don't know, but maybe that's just the only person that I can ever think of. But I don't even know why. The remaining two, I have no idea. My intentions are to go harder. I mean, I'm in a game, excuse me, not a competition where I'm not the only person who is in the game. We are all in a competition. It's okay for me to be a threat to persons because I'm in a competition, of course, and it's not just 3 or 5 persons, above 20 persons. I definitely should be a threat if I'm doing well. So I'm not surprised that I'm a threat. But now that I know I'm a threat, the only thing I can advise myself is to still up my game. I mean, still keep going harder and just be very, very careful. I still have to also, in aside being a threat, I might also be some worries or trouble. So there might also be some things that I have to sit down and look about or think about if I'm creating this disadvantage or error somewhere. I have to correct it. But being a threat, I'm glad I'm a threat actually. I mean, of course I should be a threat. So I'm not surprised about it. So I'm just going to still continue being a threat because I can't disown threat myself. I'm Mr. English. It's me. This is actually something that I don't usually just discuss with people, but due to some private sector, some factors, if time will fail me to explain deeply, but the major thing that made me start dancing was I grew up as someone who was always in the house. I mean, I've gone through a lot in life, so I was always locked inside and in prison. So I was forced to find something that would give me joy from a very young age. So I was forced to find something that was going to give me joy, something that at least I could just use and make myself happy because I was literally crying every day of my life. So even to empty sounds, I could create dance from it. So I was just always on my own dancing, just dancing and dancing to even quiet noise where there's no sound. I just kept on dancing and I'm here. I mean, it paves way for me. I've been dancing since then. And since that has, aside from God, the utmost factor, aside God, dance has always been the thing that has always granted me joy. So that makes me feel and have this big confidence in dance. Dance can make me do exploits and take me far. So that's why I feel dance can really pave a good way for me in my career. Master Invader, I want to say thank you very, very much I love you so, so much. You've taught me to sharpen myself. You've sharpened me all the while I've been here, and all the while I will still be. You, I'm grateful for the knowledges you put me through, the disciplines, the tasks you give to me, because there's a part of myself that is unlocking that I never had, and all thanks to you. I'm so happy. I mean, you're not someone I know, but I don't know how I can ever congratulate you enough. But there are many things that I know I never had, character traits, work wise, and many things. You've pushed it out of me, and I'm glad you did. Thank you very, very much.
Um, it would have been a different thing if probably the show has come to an end for me. But it was not the case at all. It wasn't that anything went wrong. It wasn't that I did anything wrong to leave the show. But then it was that some persons were not just comfortable with your presence. It's somehow. So I actually felt disappointed in them, and I felt like, what did I even do? That was the question in my mind all through the time. I was sad because I didn't expect such enmity or hatred from them. So, of course, when they told me it was a prank, I should calm down. At that time, I was relieved, but I stopped crying anyway. But in my mind, I'm like, if I catch these people, I just wish I knew them name by name. But the truth of the matter is, there's nothing I can do. It's just a game, and they only acted based on their emotions. So when I knew it was a prank, there was really nothing I could do to them. I just had to focus. It started yesterday. Immediately, I came back into the house, and everybody was hugging me. Even people that did not hug me before, since I came to the show, they were hugging me. And in my mind, I'm like, who is not, and all that. But then the reception was fine. I really didn't take none of it to heart. And I hugged whoever wanted to hug me. If it's to hug me that is hungry, you come, I'll hug you. But then it stopped there. And then, of course, congratulations from other persons like Master Invader today. It was beautiful, and I felt loved. I would say yes and no. Let me be honest. The truth of the matter is, if you know this is the person that does not like you, there will not be this neutral ground of friendship or love. But being a leader, I've come to realize that they don't know. If they know better, they will do better. I don't judge people because of what they do. I just believe you don't know. So if you really get sense, you would have done something much better. And I feel like lots of them are intimidated by me. And I don't know why, but I feel like since I came into the show, I've not really even given the best I knew. I think more than that, but they still find it, they still project their insecurity to me, and it's something amusing. It's amusing, but I won't treat them differently. I'll try my best to pretend, but no matter anything, I'll just treat them like other dream mates, because after the show, that's it. Well, I'll say I'll not be quick to judge or say anything, because this is my first day of being a good bearer, and I have few more days to go. It's 7 days. I have 6 more days to go. So anybody that is already saying, I just feel like nasty the bad belly where they carry come, and it's fine. It's your opinion. I know who I am. I know what I have. I know the caliber and sets of people I've led over time, which I'm grateful for. So they shouldn't use one day to judge. Aye, Master Invader. Yesterday you made me cry, which is fine, but you made it up. And I want to say thank you to Master Invader, because he proved a lot of people wrong. And it made me feel like, okay, there was really somebody that is seeing, and he knows that this person might not really be what everybody is saying. And yes, just giving me that sense of I'm here for you. It means a lot to me.
I voted Root. Right, so I voted Root. And the reason why I voted her was because we've had a lot of clash, and I used to tell her that she's somebody that just wants to be at the center and others should just follow her at the back. So she does not want to give any other person an opportunity to, let's say, outdo her, an opportunity to like shine above her. So and we've had argument because of it constantly. I think 3 times or so. I talked to her and he repeated. So when I had the opportunity to vote, I voted Ruth. It was shocking at first, but this is a game and this is a competition. So you would learn to accept things and changes. And I feel it's also good because from yesterday, I've noticed that she can actually be a nice person. She can actually be a good leader. And I've decided I want to get to know her better and actually define her for who she is and not the way I see her. So I think it's good. Yes, that's my take on it. If you asked me this question yesterday, I would say no, honestly. Because working with Ruth would be like working in hell. Because Ruth is somebody that, God, she's the boss. Be behind her. Don't ever stay beside her or in front of her. Just be behind her. She wants to outshine everybody. But as of today, I felt like I can actually adapt to this person. So the week will be full of a lot of drama. I mean, this morning there was already drama. The week will be full of a lot of drama. But I can always adapt and I'll work with her fine. All right, so this morning, after the exercise, I think a couple of people weren't actually exercising, and Ruth called out their names. That's the gold bearer. Ruth called out their names like, why didn't you exercise? Rita had an excuse because she had a broken leg or something. Emmy Flexi, one of us, had a broken leg or something. I think there was one other person that I can't actually remember the name. Then there was Nifiteri. She said she wasn't feeling fine and all that. And when Ruth was about to ask her, why didn't you do exercise? And she just came up and was like, see, you never asked me why I didn't do. You're just here to criticize me and all that. And if you want drama, I'm going to give you drama this week. That is what I'm coming for. So don't sit there. I was like, hey, this is actually going to be fun. This is going to be beautiful. Because it was funny, but at the same time, it made no sense. I mean, if you should have just calmed down and just hear her, but the week would be fun and dramatic at the same time, with Ruth being the gold bearer. Okay, I feel the most beautiful memory I have as a student was when I did the presentation in class. Yes. And that was my first presentation in the university. And all of us were just coming and coming and coming. So when it get to my turn, I was like, what do I do to capture the heart of the lecturer and the student? So I just picked up a marker. I went to the board. Everybody that was doing the presentation with their document and they were just looking from it. I just picked up a marker and I went to the board and I was like, so today we'll be talking about this. And everyone was like, where did you get the guts and the audacity to write on the board to do your own presentation? And my lecturer was impressed. And while I was presenting, I was carrying everybody along, asking the students, my fellow students, some questions. And my lecturer was like, you know, this is the best presentation we've had in a couple of years. And I was like, me? It was so beautiful. And it actually gave me a lot of confidence. So that's like my fondest memory as a student. Master Veda, please give us more opportunity to explore. Yes, because over the week, the last 2 weeks I've stayed here, we've been given more opportunity to explore, and we still want more. Because I'm an actor, but at the same time I've learned to sing to some extent. And I've actually joined dancers to do their work. I've done spoken word poetry rather, once. And I feel if more opportunities like this come out, or more, I'll be leaving the competition multi-talented. I can even dance, sing, act, do spoken word. I feel Master Veda just give us more opportunity. We love, I don't know for others, but me, I love the task. I feel when the task is more hectic and strong, that's when we explore our creativity to the best extent.
Come on, guys.
So Master Veda, please keep giving us tasks that will explore our creativity and make us think deeper and work as a team better. Thank you, Master Invader.
Come on, guys. Are you kidding me? You really want me to tell you? Can't you see? Like, you're literally supposed to see already. Like, I'm giving you the vibes upon vibes. I'm going to be bringing the drama and the vibes, like not fighting kind of drama, but like I'm going to be bringing the vibes. I'm going to be bringing life to this show. I'm going to bring in the party. Just get ready for me. Like, stay glued to your screen. Do not go anywhere. Wait, anticipate me. I'm just going to say anticipate. Stay there. Wait for me.
Shady act, or you did dance, and you did sing. Rep your campus.
The platform is set. 182 participating institutions. 30 talents gets to the dream house. One big breaker walks home with 30 million worth of prizes. It's time to rep your campus. The platform. Don't miss out on the Big Break Moment reality show season 2. Rep your campus. Starting 1st of December 2023 to the 7th of January 2024. Showing Mondays to Sundays on DSTV channel 315 and channel 91 on GoTV. Time 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the mornings and 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the evenings. The Sunday live show kicks off by 7 p.m. every Sunday. And you can catch every second of the reality experience live on YouTube at the Big Break Moment TV.
Go focus. All right. Afternoon there. Thank you. You can join them. How are you all doing today? I'm happy to see you guys smiling. God bearer, how are you doing?
Thank you, my Lord. Thank you, my Lord.
How are you feeling? Well, compared to last night, how are you feeling? Okay. Of course, it's better. With the way you stormed out of this place yesterday. All right, guys. So, we are going straight to action for today's book review. How many people read the entire action part of this book? Be honest, raise up your hands. Almost to the... We did not finish it. So if they say, come and write the exam now, you cannot answer. You want to answer exam that you don't read the book. Nifiteri, how are you? Okay. All right. Let's all turn to action. What do you understand by action, like personally? Thank you.
Okay, and something the book said here, it said action is an agent to every dream. After working on your mentality, after knowing things you know now, and you just decide to not take action, it's the same thing as not doing anything. It's the same thing as waste of time.
Yeah.
So action is the process, is the it's the engine that will make your dream come to pass. That's basically what I feel.
Thank you.
Okay, so the short form, I feel action is taking a step based on what your mind has created already. So that plan, that process your mind has built, action simply means taking a step towards what your mind has created.
Okay.
All right, there's something they say, a good plan is only a plan. It's only an idea until you make it work.
Yeah.
So there's a formula in the book that says plan plus effort equals result. So action is actually that effort you put to get the result.
Good.
So, my understanding, action is the fuel that pushes you to get what you want, to get something you're driven to achieve.
So action for me, let me go back to secondary school definition of a verb. So it's an action
It's an
word.
action word.
And then if you want to say what's an action word, we say it's a doing word. So action is simply do.
Doing. All right.
bring out something you've already planned in your mind outside.
All right. Thank you very much. You've all spoken really well. Strategies for taking action. How many people read chapter 7? I like to ask so I'll know those I'm going to interact with. You're sure you read chapter 7? Yes. Okay. So, who wants to talk about chapter 7 first?
I think I want to try.
Okay.
There's a place it says, sorry. There's a place it says getting your priorities right. All right? And I remember in economics, there's something known as scale of preference.
Yeah.
It means ranking your need in order of the most important.
Yeah.
So in taking an action, you'd have to set those particular goals that are more important and start hitting it one by one. And avoid procrastination. I think I'm going to dwell more on procrastination because it's a thief of time. Aside being a thief of time,
yeah,
I'm a victim of procrastination myself. So when you finish making a plan in your mind and your head, and you want to take an action, you're like, okay, maybe tomorrow. Let's just wait till next week. Maybe let's wait until we have 1 million naira. You don't have to procrastinate, just start up and it will go. Because the more you keep procrastinating, year after year, it will continue. Most of us would have been in some place bigger than this. Well, I mean, bigger than where we are right now. Let me use that word, sorry. Bigger than where we are right now. But because we kept on saying, oh, we will.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow, let's do this. Okay, so like an example, I went to Lagos last year for something, and Netflix sent an audition to my email. I was like, I will go. And I was thinking, the day before the day came, I was like, I will. So that day came, and it was for 3 o'clock. 2 o'clock, I was still telling myself, I will. 3 o'clock came, I was like, I will still. And that was how I missed it. And who knows, maybe that would have been an opportunity for something big.
Yeah.
So procrastination would actually kill your action. So in order for you to take an action, first, you must not procrastinate, just do it. So that's my own take.
Thank you.
Yeah, in strategies in how to take an action, I think one of the stuff there is, it said distinguish between motivation and discipline. Now, motivation is that thing that fuels you immediately, like an immediate action that like pushes you to want to do. Why discipline is that consistent thing you keep on doing so that you can get used to it. So knowing the meaning of motivation and discipline, then now knowing when to apply these two things, I think it helps someone to take action.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So from that chapter, action comes a lot. First, to me, I feel before taking action, you should be able to eliminate the traits that will make you take those actions and those steps. Those things that that would pull you back, like he was saying, procrastination and other forms that would not allow you go. Action is like taking a leap of, like adding a leap of muscle to do something, because the moment people say 1,000 miles begin with the first step. So that is how action is. The moment you have been able to break that barrier to take the first step, because more people say, oh, I like the way this girl is, I like her shape, but you don't know how the hours she spends burning out the sweat and all that in the gym. You keep saying, oh, I'll register for the gym today, I'll register tomorrow, and it goes on like that. But the first day you enter that gym, the journey has started, and you keep going like that and like that. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Good afternoon, morning. And so for me, it's actually the first point, which is it fosters confidence in other people. And this is very, very crucial, because I feel like you cannot do it, and you must have support from other people. And even when you start becoming successful, other people look up to you, and then you motivate a lot of people. For instance, myself and Reflecting, we were talking last night because of the guest that we had come around to talk to us yesterday. And then he was telling us about a couple of things that he has done, and he was telling us that just this year, he has over 105 students who are on scholarship. And thinking about that, I'm like, you can imagine how, because of one man, a number of people are smiling. So this is really beautiful for me because I feel like we don't live for ourselves. We live for other people as well. And then paying attention to our action regarding what we want to do in life, we actually make other people be on their feet, which is super important.
Yes, that's actually very true. Because the truth is, while doing what you love, you don't know who is actually watching. You don't know who is looking. There are a lot of people that admire you, trust me. There are a lot of people that are looking at you. They are telling themselves, oh, this guy is trying, oh, this baby is trying, oh. Do you get? You don't know how many people you're motivating. They may actually never tell you. They are one of those people with their red receipts off on WhatsApp. Yeah. And that's I still don't get why people do it, to be honest. I mean, I want to watch your status and I want you to see that I'm watching you with my full chest. Why hide? I don't know. Anyway, it's a personal thing. So, they're one of those people that switch out their red receipts on WhatsApp and check out your status daily. Every single post you make, they check it out. So, not taking action is actually depriving some other people of being successful tomorrow. Trust me. Because there are many people that look up to you. The fact that you did something is actually the ginger they need to do that same thing and even more. And then another point here was the procedure of elimination is made easier. You never know whether something is correct or not till you take a step. I know that we've all at some point had different ideas in our head that we feel, if it's investor vibes, Sabino is always calculating and plotting strategies to do one AA business or the other. But you can never really tell which of those things you're plotting would work till you take a step. So the moment you just try and say, this one not to enter, then you know the next step to take. Because you already know that, okay, this one is not correct. But if you keep procrastinating and you're just there doing nothing, you won't even know what's going to work at the end of the day. You won't know that song that you're going to release that is going to make you blow. I hope you know every single artist, it's just one song first that made them blow. Yes. Just one. And sometimes it's like the most random thing. You hear people say stuff like, I was just in my room when I was just recording it. I didn't even think much about this one. I didn't put effort into it. But if they were just like, I beg, I don't did go studio since, nothing to show for it, they're not going to blow. Does anyone else want to add to chapter 7? Before we move ahead. Okay, let's move up. But before we round up chapter 7, I want us to talk again about procrastination. Just like who mentioned procrastination again? Yeah, I love the fact that he dwelt on that point. But I know that's something that each and every one of us as individuals do. There's nobody here that will say they don't procrastinate. See, I'm one of the queens of procrastination. I might have somewhere to go, and I'm literally on my bed, doing nothing, most likely watching Netflix, because I'm always on Netflix. I have to be there by 3. I can assure you that by 2:45, I'm like, let me just watch 5 more minutes. Abuja is free. If I just, sharp, I've gotten to where I'm going, let me just wait. 5 minutes to 3, I'm still on my bed. And the funny thing is, at the end of the day, I end up canceling. And you hear me say, oh, hi, it's Becca. Oh, I'm so sorry, something came up. Please, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I mean, you can never really tell if you're the one I'm talking about. It's fine. I mean, no evidence. But really, I'll literally call and say something came up. That's me. And it's a habit that I've really tried over the years to cut. And I know that after this, I'm going to do better. So please, if you're like me, stop procrastinating. You might just end up missing on really amazing things just because you procrastinated. Yeah. God, Bria, can you turn on that air conditioner? Thank you. All right, thank you very much. Let's move on to chapter 8. Determine your priorities. When he mentioned the scale of preference, I smiled because I actually made my pencil. I make notes and marks on the book, so I prefer to use a pencil than a pen for that. Determine your priorities. Scale of preference. You rank it according to its importance. Is it that you guys just know what scale of preference is? So I have different economists here. You're studying economics. Let me see your hand. Just one person.
Not studying it, but
But I mean, in secondary school, we're actually taught them, so I'm sure everyone has an idea. Who wants to talk about determining priorities? All right.
Okay, in the book it says if you do not establish and identify your priorities, you have licensed others to go for you.
Yes.
Now there's for me determining my priorities helps me like know the essential things and things that are not that essential. Like writing a list of things I want to do for the week, how I want to do it, helps me like know that okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm not like it's like having a life that is not directed to a person. Like it's more like living a reckless life. You don't have a direction of where you're going. So determining your priorities gives you that focus to actually know what you're supposed to do and where you're heading to.
Yeah.
According to a quote in the book by Asper, she said, knowing your priorities is the first step to success. So when, as a human, when you know your priorities, you know what to put in place first, and what to put in place second, and what to put in place third, you get to understand that your life is more organized. Because you know that, okay, if I'm a human being, I'm going to work by 8 a.m., you try to meet up with the time, okay, after work I'm going to gym, or maybe you're an artist, after work I'm going to the studio to do something or stuff like that. You get to understand that your life is more organized and things are falling in place on a better way for you.
Okay. I'll get to you guys.
Alright. From the same quote he made by Asperge in the book. He said, knowing your priorities is the first step to success. Priorities is the focus. So when you know what you're focusing on, you know how to make your plans and everything. Because a part of the book said that if you don't make your priorities, other people will make it for you. Your priorities it should be the utmost thing that you put your mind on, because that's what you're going for. So if you're leaving it and probably relaxing backwards towards it, it would be there, but someone else will take it for you. That's what I understand.
Thank you. According to the marshmallow hierarchy of wants and needs, building priorities starts from the most necessary to the most least, which is least. You doing, when you know you're supposed to sleep or rest, you want to hit the gym. Knowing too well that your body has a time which it works. Knowing that, okay, at this point, I'm supposed to study 2 hours for my exam. Then you now use that 2 hours to make phone calls. Misplaced priorities. And it affects a lot of us in our life. Probably the time we're supposed to do the right thing, we're using it for the wrong thing. And the wrong thing, we're putting it into the right thing. So I feel having priorities builds you and directs you to where you're going to. First, you need to be very disciplined before even having a priority. Because most people are not disciplined, but they are trying to prioritize their time. Some people say, I wish you had extra hours after 24 hours, which is impossible. If you prioritize your 24 hours, I'm very sure you'll be able to accomplish 5% of whatever you plan for the week. So I feel like discipline should be the first thing before knowing how to prioritize.
Okay, so for me, when you talk about priority, I don't know my life structure. What's your bigger picture? As much as I like to agree with the whole your daily routine, when it comes to certain areas of your life, priorities is not just on that daily routine. It's about your major focus. So I'm going to use the board that we're giving of success. So I saw that a couple of people had a lot of things they wanted to do, but there was a particular person that I learned from, that when trying to select how you want things to go, you put more emphasis, more like your major focus is on that main thing you stand for. As much as, okay, for instance, we're all creatives here in rap, music, acting, and several of it. And at the same time, you want to be an entrepreneur. I really agree with that. But understanding your priorities, this is where I'm putting that energy. This is how I plan to structure it. And then while making sure that that priority is kept straight, that structure is kept in place, you can now begin to add other things. That's why the scale of preference could work. And all this actually helps you to understand how success could stand for.
Determine your priorities. So it's not the book actually taught us that you need to prioritize for success. So basically, your scale of preference, as an economist, you learn that man's needs are insatiable. So if you actually have a scale of preference, it's not enough. You need to know what your goal is. like where you are headed, because you can actually have a scale of very important things, but it's not targeted at achieving your own goal. So chapter 9 actually taught us that in setting out your goals, you need to know your priorities that will guide you on the objectives. Like the things you need to set out must be in line with your goals. So that's what I will go with him. He said discipline. So discipline will help you to know what's your goal and how you attain it.
All right, thank you. Okay, we've all spoken really well. Then let me just talk about this here. The significance of prioritizing and structuring your life. Priorities offer your life direction, purpose, and significance. They assist you in staying on course and add to your pleasure and well-being. They assist you in staying on course. Because if you do not have your priorities, then I don't know if any of us has ever been maybe misbehaving at home. Maybe you were supposed to do something important that you do, and your mom would be like, set your priorities straight. Because, I mean, they now imagine, yes, this person is an adult. You shouldn't be behaving the way you were behaving like 10, or 6 or 7 years before you go into the university. So it helps you with direction and purpose. If you don't have your priorities right, nothing you're doing is going to make sense. Your life will just be going like this. What you're supposed to be doing by 12, for instance, using a daily routine as an example, is what you're probably trying to do by 4. There's going to be an imbalance there somewhere. Because that thing you were supposed to do by 4, what's going to happen to it? Every single thing is supposed to follow a particular course. In life, you know that you have friends, you have family, you have loved ones, you have work. The time that you're supposed to use to meet up with a target, let's say you work remotely, a lot of us these days work remotely. You don't have to go to the office every day. And now, your friend is like, oh, guy, let's hang out. But in your mind, because I work remotely, my boss is not here, why don't I just... You're not getting your priorities right. Because what if an emergency meeting comes up in the office and they need to do a Zoom call and you're nowhere to be found? So let's all try to organize our lives properly, because we're all adults at this point. I'm sure most of us here still live with our parents, but there might be a few of us here that are already living away from home, like me. Yes, I left home a long time ago, and I'm very glad I did. Because, I mean, off topic from the book, I always tell my friends, I said, I feel every adult should experience living independently before marriage. You might not agree with me, or you might agree with me, but you're from the kind of family that that can't allow that. Let me use the word, because some African parents are strict. They'll be telling you that, you're 27, you're not married. But they don't hear that you have a boyfriend. I'm not sure how it's supposed to work, but yeah. So I feel every adult should experience living in it. It will teach you a lot about yourself. Living alone actually made me more responsible. It made me get more mature quick.